Hi, I'm James from bricksbits.io. One of the things that you're going to have to do quite often is have people copy text to their clipboard. Unfortunately, there's not a real simple way to do this. However, I've concocted a way that only takes a couple of seconds, and I'm going to give you the code for it. So I'm pretty sure pretty much anybody can do it. Basically, we're talking about clicking on a button, copying the text, and pasting it. You've seen it before. Now let's learn how to do it. Okay, to do this is actually quite easy. First, let's go ahead and build the page. We're going to need a title, a basic text, and a button. This here is Advanced Themer that I'm using for the side buttons. So if you're wondering, that's where it comes from. For the text, let's go ahead and also using Advanced Themer. Funny enough, I'm just going to throw in some dummy text just so we have some more text. It really doesn't matter what the text says. And we have a button. So how this is going to work is we are going to put a data attribute on each of these parts, okay? So the first thing we are going to need is we're going to add an attribute for the text that we're going to copy, and that's going to be called data-copy text. Now, the data dash, every attribute starts with data dash. So just every time you look at an attribute, you see data dash, that's what that's about. So, and I've just called it copy text because this is the part of the text that's going to be copied. Now, this button here will get a data attribute called data-copy-button because it's the button. And then lastly, we're going to need a place for the message to come from. You know, hey, this got copied to your clipboard. So let's go ahead and just create a block here, and we will give this block an attribute also, and this will be called data-copy-message. Okay, and we don't need to put a value in. That is there solely for the JavaScript. Now, where's the JavaScript? You'll get it from the link below. I happen to already have it copied, so I will put it here and I will just put it at the bottom. So this JavaScript is basically just saying to listen for a click on the data-copy button and to copy the text that is in whatever has the attribute data-copy.text, and then to say it in the data-copy message. So to actually use the code from the site, all you're going to do is you are going to come in, add an element, type in code, and add a code element. On this code element, paste in the code, and make sure that you remove this HTML kind of holder stuff that it comes with when you add a code element. And make sure you click execute code. And that's all there is to it. So now that we have all three parts, let's go ahead and try it. So now we have our heading and our text and our button. And if we click on the button, you can see it got copied to clipboard. So it worked. However, we can style this a lot better. So let's go back and we'll just quickly on this button, for instance, let's go ahead and give it a styling of button. And we'll say, click to copy the text, whatever you want it to say. And also you could use an image if you wanted to instead of a button. Basically, whatever you put that attribute of data-copy-button on is going to work. Now, the one thing is like with this button, right now it's not doing anything. You notice when I put my hand over it, it just turns to a text thing. That's because a button doesn't become a link until a link is added. So you could put in a custom URL and just put in a hashtag. And if we save that and go to the front, now you'll see it is working like a button with the mouse becoming, and if I click, it works. However, if you were going to use an image, clearly you wouldn't want to put a link like that onto it. So all you would have to do is, if you were wanting to use an image or something else to trigger the copying, all you would do is go under the layout and come down here, and somewhere here you will see the pointer events. And you would simply put hand. And you can see it goes to a hand. So that'll tell your user how to use your copy feature. The only thing is, our little comment box here was a little lacking. It just says copied to clipboard, but doesn't really fit in. Maybe you want it to the right here. So I tell you what, let's go ahead and put it to the right. So to put it to the right, all we're going to do is we're going to wrap this button in a block, and we could throw this block into this other block. And in fact, with this block, let's go ahead and convert it to a div, just so that it's only big enough to fit the text that we're going to use. Then on the wrapper block, we'll go ahead and put them side by side. Don't forget to give it a little bit of spacing here. We'll do a space M so that the text isn't right next to. The other thing we can do is, just selecting the division, we will go ahead and set the typography to what we want it. So let's have a nice on-brand primary. We'll do all caps, and let's do a big text for whatever reason. And we'll put it at 700 because I love 700 font. And now, just refresh this. And now when we click the button, you really get confirmation that that puppy was copied. So that's how the whole thing works. I really hope that this video has helped you. Please hit the like button, comment, do something to let me know that these videos are helping you out. If you're looking for a great Bricks library, check out my library at bricksbits.io. We have a huge launch sale that's going on right now. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye now.